My friend John loved nice things, nice car, nice clothes, nice places. And every year he made more money, and every year his life became more expensive. Back then, I thought this was what success was supposed to look like: shiny, confident, slightly louder than necessary. Let me tell you a story. When John made more money, he didn't invest more. He upgraded his life: bigger house, better car, more expensive lifestyle. John was not building wealth, John was building expenses. At that stage of my life, I still thought a better lifestyle automatically meant a better life. It doesn't. Sometimes, it just means your bills are dressed better. John was not getting richer, he was becoming more expensive. One evening, I met John. We went for a walk. It wasn't planned, just a normal moment. We talked about work, we talked about money, we talked about life, and at some point, he went quiet. I looked at him. "Are you okay?" I asked. He smiled. But it wasn't his usual smile. "You know what's funny?" He said. "What?" "Every year I make more money." He paused. "And every year I feel more pressure." That surprised me. "Why?" I asked. He laughed softly. "Because now I need this income." He looked at me. "To maintain everything. The house, the car, the lifestyle. If I stop," he didn't finish the sentence. He didn't have to. That's when I understood something. John was not free. He was committed. Not to his dreams, but to his expenses. That night stayed with me because it looked like success, but it didn't feel like freedom. A few days later, something interesting happened. Someone made me an offer. "You're doing well now," he said. "You should upgrade your life." "Upgrade?" "Better car, better house. You deserve it." I smiled. That used to work on me. That used to feel like progress. For a moment, I almost said yes. Then something stopped me. A question, not "can I afford this?" but will this make me free or dependent? That question changed everything because I had already seen the answer in John. I took a deep breath, and I said something I would never have said before. "Not yet." He looked at me, confused. "What do you mean?" "I want it," I said, "but not like this. Not in a way that traps me, not in a way that owns me." That was new. That was different. That's when I realized I was no longer thinking the same way. I wasn't just earning money anymore. I was protecting my future. That same week, I talked to Olivia. There was no drama, just a normal evening, dinner, silence, real life. "I've been thinking," she said. "About what?" "Our life." I listened. "We're doing better now," she said. "We could make things more comfortable." She wasn't asking for luxury. She was asking for comfort. And she was right. We could. I looked at her. "I want that too," I said, "but I don't want to rush it." She didn't react immediately. She understood. "I don't want us to go backwards," I said, "or get stuck." She nodded. "Okay," she said. "Let's do it the right way. No fight, no tension, just alignment." And that moment was more important than it looked, because this time we were not choosing comfort, we were choosing direction. That week, I met Warren. I told him everything about John, about the offer, about my decision. He listened, as always. Then he smiled. "You're starting to see it," he said. "See what?" "The difference between income and ownership." He leaned forward slightly. "Most people think earning more will fix their life. It doesn't. It just upgrades their problems. I smiled because I had seen that. John is not earning more, he said. He is just living more expensively. That sentence stayed with me. Then he added, when income increases, most people increase their lifestyle. Smart people increase their assets. I nodded. I'm trying to do that, I said. I know, he replied. I see it. That meant something, coming from him. Then he said something I never forgot. Lifestyle is not the problem. Timing is. You can have everything you want, but if you take it too early, it will cost you your freedom. That was it. That was the lesson. Years passed. John kept upgrading. Tom kept paying. I kept buying assets. Olivia kept carrying more than she ever complained about. Leo grew. Warren got older, and for a long time, my progress looked invisible. No luxury, no big transformation, nothing that made people turn their heads. Just small ownership, quiet decisions, consistent direction, and a man slowly learning something important. More money is only useful if it changes your future, not just your furniture. John was not poor, but John was not free because his life was too expensive to stop. That's the dangerous thing about lifestyle inflation. It doesn't feel like a trap when it begins. It feels like progress. A nicer car, a nicer home, a nicer version of pressure. And one day, you realize something terrifying. You don't own your lifestyle. Your lifestyle owns you. Most people think the most expensive thing in life is a house. It's not. The most expensive thing in life is a lifestyle you cannot afford to stop. The problem is not that people earn too little. The problem is that every time they earn more, they upgrade their prison. Well, here we are again, late at night, in the kitchen. First of all, hello everybody, I hope you're doing well. Before ending this episode, there are a few things I really wanted to talk about tonight, my friends. Some people become rich and immediately upgrade their lifestyle. Others become rich and protect their freedom. After studying people like that for years, I realized something interesting. Many of them were not living that way by accident. It was intentional. Jeff Bezos became one of the richest people on earth, and for many years continued driving a Honda Accord. When people asked him why, his answer was simple. It's a perfectly good car. Warren Buffett became a billionaire, but continued living in the same house he bought back in 1958. And when people questioned that decision, he simply said, I'm happy there. Mark Zuckerberg did similar things. Simpler cars, simpler clothes, a lifestyle that didn't constantly scream for attention. And when asked about it, he explained that he preferred things that were practical, comfortable, and not ostentatious. After a while, I started noticing a pattern. These people were not trying to look poor, and they were not living this way because they were afraid of spending money either. They simply understood something most people realize too late. Every lifestyle upgrade creates a new level of dependency. A more expensive house requires more income. A more expensive lifestyle requires more maintenance. And eventually, some people wake up one day realizing they built a life that became too expensive to slow down. Now, I'm not against expensive things, I'm not against higher standards of living either. I don't want that to be misunderstood. I simply believe everything has its timing. During certain periods of life, building assets and building freedom should come before upgrading appearances. And later, of course, life should improve. Of course, people should enjoy the rewards of their hard work, spend more, travel more, buy things they genuinely love. Otherwise, that turns into another unhealthy extreme. And honestly, I'm against extreme frugality just as much as I'm against reckless spending. Life is not supposed to feel like punishment. The goal is balance, freedom first, then comfort built on top of freedom, not the other way around. And by the way, since we're already talking like this tonight, I should probably tell you something. We are slowly approaching the end of season 1, and the next episode will be the season finale. But structurally, it will be a little different. I call it the +1 format. In these special finale episodes, the focus shifts toward a single character's life journey. Less teaching, more feeling, less words, more visuals, less analysis, more life. From the earliest years of a person's life, all the way to the present day. And honestly, I had a beautiful time creating it. I truly hope you will feel the same while watching it. That's all from me tonight. I'll see you again in season 2. Goodbye, everybody.